Hi guys, I'm Killedlink, and this is 8-Bit Hindsight Reviews. Today, we're going to be talking about Kenshi. Kenshi is a vast open-world real-time strategy and role-playing game where you can take your characters and do whatever you decide you want to do. Kenshi is a game developed and published by Lo-Fi Games on December 2018. The development of Kenshi was being done by a single person over the course of 12 years before its release, with the primary goal of allowing the player an increased amount of freedom over what other video games allow. Kenshi takes place in a post-apocalyptic setting where you can be a large range of things, including, but not limited to, a thief, trader, and a ton of other things as well. The depth of the game is immense. Over the course of 30 plus hours, you can still feel like you have a huge amount of things to discover. Hail beep! The story of Kenshi has an immense amount of lore embedded into the game. If you want to unveil this story, you're going to have to venture out and discover it yourself. You can do this by going into an inn in the Holy Nation territory and buy books that explains the nation's history, or by listening to your character's dialogue about the region that you just walked into. These are just a few of the ways to discover some of the lore in the game. Beep is the strongest warrior! Graphics-wise, the game doesn't look amazing, but looks pretty good for a game coming from 2013. The character models could definitely use some work, although it for sure had some comedic effect to it when you can make them look very goofy. While the overlays are simple, the older style adds a bit of grit to the post-apocalyptic landscape that the game is set in. Beef will be making changes. Unfortunately, the music in Kenshi is almost non-existent. The most you get is 10 seconds every minute. While it sounds nice playing, it would be much better if it could be continuous as an option. The sound effects are amazing. When you have a bunch of corpses around your base, you get to hear the real music of Kenshi. The flies. For real though, the sound effects are basic and effective, and getting rid of the bodies takes away the sound of flies buzzing around your entire base. Combat sound is very basic as well, it doesn't lend much to the overall immersion. Beep didn't know that. The possibilities are endless in the world of Kenshi. You can be a caravan driver, a thief, a bounty hunter, and even a smuggler. As long as you take the default point for the game, you start as a more useless than useless character. You slowly level up your skills by doing the smallest tasks. Mining and running around city you start in are some of the few things you want to do when you first start out, until you get enough coins to start etching out a living. Progressing your combat skills is extremely difficult since killing something that's beneath your level, you get a massive penalty towards the experience you get. So if you do somehow win the fight against something stronger than you, you're most likely on the edge of death. Pathfinding on this game is abysmal, at best. Too many times have I set someone out to go somewhere, only to look at them later while I have nobody near them to help them out, and they just lay there dying from something I already took off, happening who knows when, and sometimes your party will take different directions to get somewhere, and other times they'll just stop altogether when they lose the way to get there. Beep holding is awkward silence. The world of Kenshi is yours. You can be a nomad going from place to place, discovering what you can, or you can find your base and enjoy all the many problems that it has to offer. Like the Black Dragon Ninja, attacking with 50 people and you only have 3 with barely any attacking power. There's a huge research line to go down, and as long as you don't give up, you can slowly build up to where you are the best group in Kenshi, possibly with a few restarts. Declaring war against slavers or helping out the biggest factions in the game are a few decisions usually made while playing, so make sure to think carefully about this one. It can hurt. The expansiveness of crafting in Kenshi is large, usually easier with a base, but not required. Armor and weapon crafting, cooking, and farming are just a few things you can do in Kenshi, and those by themselves are not the easiest things to do. Beep is the destroyer of worlds! I feel like this is the best role-playing game out there. You can do anything you set your character to do. While you might not succeed, at least you tried. Hail Beep! The game is priced on the high end for an indie game at $30, but while it is a little expensive, you can get hundreds or more hours of playtime. Plus, it has the best character in the game. Beep. I gave Kenshi a 7 out of 10. This game could easily be my top game ever if there are a few less problems with it. Alright guys, that's my review on Kenshi. This has been Killedlink with the 8-Bit Hindsight Reviews. Please like, share, subscribe. This video really helps us out. And if you'd like, you can also go check out our full podcast on Spotify at 8-Bit Hindsight. And y'all have a good one. Thanks.